Hello, Amy Smith here from Connect Health, Fitness and Wellness. Today I want to share with you some stretches. These are my favourite stretches, so disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but these are my 6 favourite stretches to help with your glutes, lower back and possibly even sciatic pain. What I do want to mention before I get going is this is mainly if you've got tightness around the piriformis and around in the glutes, rather than if you've got any back issues. If you've got any herniated discs or crumbling disc, vertebrae or anything like that, then that can press on the sciatic nerve because that's around where it originates from. And that could be the start. What I'm looking at is if the glutes tend to compress onto that nerve as well. So first thing is a seated piriformis stretch. So we're going to do seated on the floor. So I'm going to turn around so you can see. And what I'm going to do, so we'll do the side that hurts most first. We will do both sides. So place, for example, if the right side is sore, you're going to place your right foot on your left leg. Okay? Then what I like to do is bend my left leg and bring it up as far as necessary. So you want to be able to feel the stretch in the side of your body. So I'll point on this side. So on the bent leg, you should be feeling it around here. You might be feeling it in your lower back. And then as the pain kind of dissipates, you can then bring your leg closer. Try and keep the knee as far away from you as possible as well, because that will really help with that stretch. So hold for good 30 seconds or so, and then you can swap sides. So then you'll do the same on the other side. I am going to go quicker for the purpose of this video, but you can always pause and hold it for as long as you wish. So same on the other side, crossing the leg over, placing your foot on your thigh, just above your knee, and then sliding your other leg towards you, keeping this knee as far away from possible. You can see now on this side, so this is where I'm feeling it, is just here. Some people are going to feel it different, but that's where I'm feeling it. Key point when you are doing stretches is to just take big breaths in. See if you can keep it through the nose, because that's going to keep the parasympathetic nervous system activated, which is the rest, recover and digest nervous system. And I want you to visualize the area that feels tight, and I want you to breathe into that area. Even if the tightness is in your leg, just imagine that that area can expand when you breathe in. So big expand. And then when you breathe out, imagine it softening, a bit like a balloon blowing up and then relaxing, going down again. Okay, so that is the seated figure 4 piriformis stretch. The next stretch, I'm going to get you to lie down for this. So this is working, it's going to work the lower back, and I know I get issues with my lower back when I have tightness here. Especially if you've noticed when you're walking or running and you've noticed pain in your hips, this might help with that. Everything I do though, remember, I'm not an expert in this field, it's just what helps me. So you do you, and whatever works for you, carry on. If it doesn't work, don't do it. So this one, so I'm starting with my right leg again, my left leg is straight. Cross over the right foot, so place it on the outside of the left knee. And then you might need to just shimmy a bit. So the rolling over, you're going to bring your right knee to the ground, using your hands, so your left hand, you can use it to guide down to the floor. Key point for this, keep this shoulder on the ground, okay? So, I'll shuffle back a little bit so you can see, there you go. So, like this. If you can only get here, that is fine. You should be feeling stretching around your lower back. And I want you to take a big deep breath in, and again, imagine the tight area expanding as you breathe in, but this time I want you to try and lift the leg up but press down with your hands so you're resisting, fighting against each other. So big breath in, lift, 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 lift the leg. And then as you breathe out, relax the leg, keep pushing down with your hand. That will just help get that extra turn. Cool? Let's do it again. Breathing in. Lift, 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 and then relax. Good, breathing out. So you can do that as many times as you wish. Do you feel a really good stretch? It's going to help open the chest up as well, which is an extra bonus. So we'll swap sides and do the same on the other side. So straightening out now the right leg. And crossing the left leg over, so your left foot is on the outside of your right knee. Grabbing the right knee. And shimmying at the hips. Pulling it down. So you notice this shoulder, if it starts to lift, you've gone too far. Keep the shoulder on the floor. So twisting. And this side is tighter, my knee isn't getting down. So breathing in. Lift the leg, resist, resist. And then breathing out. See if you can roll a little bit further. Good. Do it again, breathing in. And then breathing out. Good stuff. Mine's getting a bit lower. Let's do one more. Breathing in. And out. Nice. So you can hold here for as long as you wish. Keep breathing in and out. And then we'll move on to the next stretch. So we're going back now. Staying on your back. Just, I want you to do one leg at a time. I want you to bring one knee to your chest. Either grabbing behind your thigh or around here, depending on if you've got any knee pain. And pulling the knee as close to your chest as possible. Okay, it doesn't have to be this close, just as close as you can do. Okay? I'm just going to breathe and hold it. Again, any tightness, imagine that that tight spot is expanding as you breathe in. If it's in your back or torso area, you could probably send the breath there anyway. So breathing in and send it there. And then breathing out and relax. Good. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So each of these stretches that I'm doing, you can repeat a couple of times before moving on. Big breaths in and out. Okay, so that was stretch number 3. Stretch number 4, I want to get into a groin stretch. I'm going to turn around slightly so you can see. So I'm going to bring my feet together, bring them in as close as possible. Now I'm just trying, the idea behind this is I'm just trying to open up the hips. So I've stretched around in the glutes, I've stretched the lower back, and I want to get the hips opening too, because if anything is out of alignment, then it could pull on something else, which could make something else tight. So I like to do this, because if you're leaning forward as well, you're going to get a little bit of the back stretch as well. So let your knees flop out. If you wish, you can use your elbows to push down some more. If your knees are already down, then obviously you don't need to do that. Hold your ankles, and you're just going to pivot at the hips. So try not to pivot at the waist. You don't want to roll over. Keep that up nice and tall, because that's going to keep the stretch low in the lower back. You should feel it on the inside of your thighs as well if those are tight. So after you've held that for 30 seconds or more, again you can pause this video to get a longer stretch. We're going to move on to the hamstrings. Again, this stretch I like because it does link up to the glutes and the lower back. I'm going to do one at a time. So keep one leg bent, straighten the other leg, point your toes to your nose. And place your hands on the floor, or if you can reach for your toes, go for it. But hands on the floor, and you're going to just inch your fingers closer to your toes. The reason I say to point toes to nose is because it gets a good stretch in the calf, and you might as well get bang for your buck. Keep both sitting bones on the floor, so by leaning towards one side, you might feel the stretch in the side of the bent leg, as well as behind your thigh. Okay. Once you've held that for 30 seconds, we swap sides, so you straighten out the other leg, bend that one. Point your toes to your nose, can't quite see it, you turn around. There we go, point your toes to your nose, bending forward. So pivoting at the hips, stretching out the lower back. If you can reach the toes, go for it, especially if you can reach across, because that's going to get more of a lower back stretch as well. But you do you, and remember, keep the waist stable, leaning at the hips only. So that's stretch number 4 and 5. The last one, which I love to do, doesn't matter what I'm stretching, it's a really nice one to finish on and relax with. It's going to be a child's pose, or some people call it a prayer stretch. I like to have the knees wide and the feet together, so then you can get really deep and low. Put your arms out and then just reaching out, stretching here. And if you've got a nice friend, they can maybe push down on your hips, but it should open up here in the lower back. As you're here, just let the belly relax, let everything relax. Breathe into whatever hurts, and then breathe out and relax. If this stretch is hurting the hips a little bit, you can bring the knees under the hips and do the same thing. And that one is a really good one. You can just stay in for as long as you wish. So if you want to stay there, you can stay there. Otherwise, feel free to rewind the video and repeat the stretches. So hopefully that has helped you. Comment below and let me know. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I'll post the link to that up here. See you soon. Bye.